Hey everybody, it's your girl Minnie Fox and the Minnie Fox Talk Show. Today I have one of my amazing friends here who is not only a filmmaker, he is an entrepreneur, a director, producer, a life coach, a casting director. He does everything that is in the industry that you need to know. So I need you to grab a pen and a piece of paper because I am going to introduce you to none other than my brother. Hey Mark! How you doing?
I'm great.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so Mark and I have known each other for many, many years, but he's working on some amazing TV and film, entrepreneurial, indie films, etc. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So like I said, get a pen and a piece of paper so you can write some things down. I just want to start it off real quick with Mark. How do we find you?
Well, you can find me on social media at Mark Ridley on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X.
Woohoo! X, I remember X.
Yeah.
X used to be that T to the T to the Twitter. Right.
It did.
How about that? Now I want to take you back just a teeny bit. You as an actor in a controversial film that you did, and what that was like, and what was your part in it? Did you produce? Were you directing, or did you write it? What was about that film? What was the name of it?
Are we talking about this film called Stolen Breath?
Yes.
The Truth Revealed?
Stolen. Come on, y'all. You said Stolen Breath. Y'all hold your breath. No, I'm just teasing. Yes, Stolen Breath.
This film, I did write it, produced it, directed it,
okay,
and I did star in it.
Wonderful. So when you are in so many different categories, of all those different categories that you portrayed to make sure that this film was a success, which one was, if you could choose one, that you would have did? If you could only choose one.
If I could do it again?
Mm-hmm.
Directed.
Directed? Okay. And you did a phenomenal job directing it. Can you just kind of give us just a little storyline of what that film was about? Why were people calling it controversial?
Well, first, let me say this. I almost didn't start it because I was questioning if I should, because of the many hats. But the film is a family drama, and it's about incest, but it's not your typical way of incest, meaning male molester.
Gotcha.
This happens to be a film that portrays a mother as the molester, which is, not the norm. At least it's not the norm that we talk about.
Right, exactly.
Right. So it's a film that's very deep. It's character driven. It's based on a lot of research. A lot of people have asked me, is it based on my life or anything?
Right, exactly. People always ask
you. It's not. But I do know of some people that had similar stories. And I intertwined this film with the short film. I don't know if you know that, but the short film, Stolen Breath.
Okay. Stolen
Breath was a suicide film. And I decided to tell what happened and why using this story.
Oh. Yeah. So, what's going on with it right now? Is it on the market where one can see it? Did you get it into some film festivals? What was the journey for it?
This journey has been amazing. I love my actors. Terrell O'Neill, Rhonda Mormon, Trisha Mann Grant, Simone Fairchild were the main characters. This film has won several awards. It's best film, and it has gone on to really kind of shake up people. I get calls, emails all the time about this film. People cut the film up and make memes out of it. Memes. they take slogans and
Yes.
sayings and clips.
You can always depend on
Right,
people.
and then I'll see it come back around. I mean, they love it. They love it. They hate me. They hate her.
Yeah.
They hate the characters. They love the characters. But it's on right now probably 42 channels. Amazon Prime, Roku, Tubi,
Right.
the usual suspects.
I noticed that Tubi tends to like put a lot of different controversial type
They do.
films and things on. You know, it's kind of interesting how they do that. So that was a journey for you to pursue that. But since then, you've done some other amazing things. Can we talk about what you did after that?
Well, after that, I did a movie called Bluest Moon.
Mm.
I directed it. It's a love story. And then after that, I did one of my what I call a social justice film.
Okay.
And social justice film was needed at the time, in my opinion, because of some of the things I was seeing happen in America. And sometimes we don't have an ability to shout it out and talk back. But as an artist, sometimes you create that. So I created a film called Within 8 Hours. And it has to do basically with an unjust shooting of a little girl. And something that almost happened in real life that I had knowledge of. And I just wanted to make a statement. Same way I made a statement of the young man that got killed in Texas, made the news. Martin, the young man named Martin, back in the day. I can't think of his name right the first time, but it was all sensationalized all across when they shot him in the neighborhood.
Right.
So I made a film on that too. So it's just things that I do it's impacting me personally. Something I feel my spirit says, talk about it, share with the public, and these are the kind of films I've done so far.
Well, what do you consider a filmmaker's responsibility to the industry? When one says, "Hey, I'm a filmmaker." Filmmaker, what? What does a filmmaker actually do? What is their purpose?
Well, I think the purpose is entertainment. We are here to entertain.
Okay.
But I think we're also here to tell some truths and not be afraid. I'm that guy. I'm not afraid to ruffle some feathers. So, doing so, I tell my truth as I see it. And I hope I can educate people. I hope they will be aware, and I hope they will just ride with me on this story, this journey. Because I believe that every film has some semblance of reality in somebody's life. Whatever the story may be. And it is my intention when I write to explore those things and shift the thinking of people. There's a doctor that I follow, Dr. Higgins, and he does like this. It says, this is a circle. Outside of the awareness of the circle does not mean I know everything that's on the other side. So that's my intention when I put out a film. Give them something that they may not know.
So, what inspired, or who may have inspired you to get into filmmaking? You came from the beauty fashion industry, you got bit by the lights, camera, action, Hollywood, and then you got into this the world of film. What made you decide to become a filmmaker? What was your end game in this?
When I was 9, I started writing like little newspapers upside down, my dad's old typewriter. And we would write little segments,
Right.
and we would pretend we were writing news, my sister and I. But my mom gave me an opportunity. I wrote a piece, a letter about the Black Panthers.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And, I thought she might kind of shut me down. But my mom was a teacher at a college, and she allowed me to present it to the college. and pass out flyers of what I wrote.
Nice.
And I never forgot that. I think that was a turning point. You know, I mean, I didn't think about it for a while, but then it comes back to my head when I said that motivated me. That maybe I can write. And later on, I started writing just more and more, more and more, to see what I could do in the flow. Until I decided to just sit down, and that's when I wrote "Stolen Breath," the suicide film.
Did you ever present what it was you wrote from your heart to the Black Panthers?
I did. I was 14 at the time, and I wish I could find that paper. Oh, I wish I could find that paper. I was saying that the other day, matter of fact.
Okay.
I actually had this conversation with someone, and I wish I could find that original paper. Yeah.
So, as an inspiring filmmaker, producer, director that are out there in the industry right now, and they're trying to figure it out, put it together, and you are a seasoned producer, director, filmmaker, etc., actor, model extraordinaire. What advice would you give to the young people that are coming up, just walking in the shoes that you left behind? Now, don't get it wrong. He left the shoes behind for those to walk in them, for them to figure out their greatness. But he's still walking in his shoes. Don't get that wrong, y'all. Okay.
I would say, first of all, don't stop. Don't stop. Keep writing. Keep acting. If you're making film, shoot it with your phone. Make film. Tell stories. Get better. Analyze your work. Get other people to see it. You know, and don't be cocky. You know, take advice. We're all going to make mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes going on. I made a lot. I'm just going to make some more and more and more. And I call those good mistakes because each time they help you learn. And you realize I did this bad this time. I did it so good. Next time around, I know how to handle this. So I would say never stop. And write down. I mean, if you have an idea, write it on paper. Write it on toilet paper. If you have to. Just write it down.
Notebook, right?
Get that idea. Record it in your phone.
Yes.
Go back and put it in the can.
I keep the notebook next to the bed. There's one in the bathroom. There's one in the kitchen. There's one in the theater. I keep the notebooks in case it comes to my head. And sometimes I grab to that phone and just say it in there so I don't forget it.
Right.
You know, when you are pursuing something that you think that would be an inspiration, motivation, encouragement, empowerment to others, and on the back end someone comes to you and says thank you, how does that make you feel?
I've teared up like that. I remember when we did Stolen Breath, it was 355 people, and someone came, well before that, someone came to me and said, "Mark, look." I looked out there. It was lined up around the corner. Now, this was after someone had told me, don't do this film. Someone big in Hollywood said, why would you going to do this film? You know, do something nice. Puppy dogs and, you know, babies and trees and stuff. And I said, but I'm going to do this film. And I can remember writing a note on X, at the time Twitter. And I said, they told us don't do this film. We did. And to see in the Q&A people crying, standing up, grown men, said, that was my life. That was empowering. You did something that nobody's willing to tell. That was so amazing.
That empowerment that you allowed through what you wrote for others to feel and to move. Just like Aretha Franklin. A lot of people didn't know that she went through what she went through, you know, with, you know, being a mother at a very young age and what happened to her, how she became a mother, etc. It was all hidden and underneath the, you know, and it wasn't until, you know, 30, 40 years later, the truth came out of what had happened, and it stunned a lot of people. And in those day and time, something happened to you like that, move on with your life, deal with it, And we try to teach our young people now, when things happen, you better say something, see something, say something, so that it can help you help others to help yourself.
Right.
I have this saying that I say, helping people help themselves, the power within is something that you were born with that no one can ever take away from you, because it is your God-given spirit that is given to you the moment you were born.
Yes.
That's something no one can ever take away. And when people can really relate and embrace themselves and know that strength and that power that they have, then they can stand on a lot of things that they allow to just be, and feeling that they had to settle and they had to this and they had to that when they really didn't.
Absolutely.
What's next for Sir Mark Ridley?
Oh my God, what's next? My hands are full. My heart is full. I'm writing. We just came off an amazing win of a film called Otis.
Okay.
And it's winning. It's won so many film festival awards right now. I'm so excited about this film.
Okay.
And it's a short film, and we want to do it as a feature. I have two more. I have a social justice film that I'm ready to do. Funding.
Okay.
Funding. Money. We need money. Come on and invest in something great.
Money.
Invest in a great story, because we have it. Those are the films. I have a love story too. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
It's so grounded that I want to do. So every chance I get, I'm writing, creating something new. And now I'm an author.
Ooh. He's trying to be like me now, you guys. He's just saying because I just wrote my book. Yeah.
You know what?
Congratulations. That's right. Be an author. Do that.
20 years to actually write it. I mean, I wrote it.
It takes time.
But I finally did like you.
Yeah. Pen to paper. I call it pen to paper.
Yes. I pulled the trigger 2 years ago, and I wrote a children's book.
Ah, love it. Yeah. So there's several things that you all know that I do on my show. I've separated some of it because we're doing a double dip. But I want to, at this moment in time, do our toast to you, because we do that on the show. So we're going to pick up our glasses here, and y'all know I have the red ribbon. But we're going to toast to inspiration, empowerment, motivation, helping people help themselves through the spirit of what is leading us to write and to do, to empower, to inspire, which is what Mark does. So, cheers.
Cheers to you.
And thank you so much for everything that you've done, the things that you're doing. And we always lean in just a little bit, and we situate our glasses, because this is a Kodak moment. We're going to turn it just a little bit so your hand is, there you go.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're going to hold it up for just a little higher. There you go. Cheese. Ha 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 ha. Y'all just jealous, whatever. Don't worry about it. We're going to take a little toasty toast. Now, with that being said, the things that are coming for you, you are now in Vegas. You are going back and forth between here and Hollywood. A little New York, a little Atlanta, little things. But you're calling Vegas your home right now. Yes. And a few years ago, I know that you found what people wish and hope for every day in their lives. They want to be inspired. They want to be loved. They want to be appreciated and adored. And when you can allow someone to do that for you, but you can do it for that other person, that's truly when it's amazing. And a lot of people say, oh, I want to be in love, or he doesn't love me, or she doesn't love me, but I want to be in love. But you don't allow a person to love you. That's a big deal. And I remember a few years back being very excited for you, Mark, because I've known you since I was 18, and y'all know I just turned 25 a couple days ago, right? But to find love, and even moreover, for love to find you, and then to hold on to it, whatever manifests that reason for being. When you find that soulmate, it's something that people struggle with. It's something that people hope for. It's something that people go, damn, I wish that was me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people just, you either get involved in something that's toxic, and then you got to go, oh, I can't do that anymore. Or you're blindsided, and you don't really see it until it gets to the point where you've been wasted so many years, you can't even, you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say that I've always been so very happy and so very excited for you when love found you and you found love.
Thank you.
That understanding, the unconditional love that allows you to continue to be you.
Yes.
You didn't have to change.
No.
You didn't have to become somebody else to be in that person's life. And they didn't have to change to be in yours. And that is true unconditional love. And ladies, I've said it before, I'm saying it again, he's taken. So look at him right here. Look at Mark. I wrote it down. Write it down. Taken, not available. Because you have the most amazing, beautiful sister girl in your life that I love. So tell us a little bit about your lady fair.
Well, I was going to be that bachelor forever.
Mm-hmm.
At the time it suited me well. But, one must take stock of themselves.
Yes.
So I met a wonderful lady at a jazz event, and her name was Ava.
Mm-hmm.
And we became inseparable.
Oh.
Life put us together, and we, as life happens, we have our moments and our challenges. But what we have is the steadiness.
Yes.
The steadiness to ride the waves, to ride the love boat.
Yes.
And continue. She gets behind me in my projects. She gets as excited as I do about them. So all we can say is just keep on going.
Yeah.
Keep on growing.
Yeah.
Till, the great one says.
Exactly. And for you jealous ladies out there, I've had a chance to meet the Sister Diva Queen, Ava, and I fell in love with her because she loved you and you loved her back. And for me, that was like, look at this sister, and you being my brother, I was so excited when I started seeing pictures and everything, and then to finally meet her, I saw why you fell in love. And those are the reasons why I fell in love with her too. And, we have to position ourselves so that we can be loved. Because many times we're doing this.
Right. That was me.
It
was me.
And sometimes when you just sit still and you're waiting, but you're not going anywhere for someone to discover you or to see you, or that absolutely opportunity to come along. You never feel it or get it because you stand in the house all the time. You don't go anywhere.
Right.
So you got to find a fine line of go and do so that you can see and be seen, and whatever it's going to be that's going to come for you is going to be there, but it can't find you if you enclose yourself in the walls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the reason why I bring it up is because I consider it unconditional, and a lot of people don't truly know what that is. So I would hope somewhere down the line, and put him on the spot, y'all. Put him on the spot. I would hope somewhere down the line, while you're writing these great stories, that you write something that's about what unconditional is, or maybe it's a talk that you did. You can always come back on the show and we can talk about unconditional and things like that. But it's like, what causes it? But the point is, how does it stay? How does it manifest? How does it work through the roller coasters and the issues and the ups and downs? How do you hear each other? Because our young people now are busy arguing. and yelling and want to be right and want to be heard. But when you're doing that, you're not hearing each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that. And I put it on us as elders, even though I'm only 25, but elders to be able to go here. This is the path which takes you to that unconditional love, to be able to receive, to be able to adore, to be able to manifest, and that acceptance is what a lot of people need and want. And that is the power, what is in the hands of the pen to paper of the filmmaker.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
To do that. With that being said, y'all know I always have all kinds of kudos, prizes. So I got one more for Mark before we close out. So Mark, give me your hands, close your eyes.
You're close.
And Ava, I know you're watching. I love you dearly. And you got the right one, baby. But guess what? You got the right one in you too. So with that being said, we're going to give Mark this last little. And Mark, you got to really have, if this happened to you in real life, what would you actually say? Lean to the camera just a little bit. There you go. Hold it. Lean your body in just a little bit. Hold it up.
Right.
Now open your eyes. What would you say when they called your name?
Oh my
and
God.
they told you to come on stage?
Oh my God. I wrote the letter. I'm choked up. It's sealed. I'm going to get the letter. I'm getting this. This is real. This is it. It's coming. This is just the universe speaking and saying it's coming. I'm so choked up. I accept it.
That's okay. That's okay. So what would be your acceptance speech when they called your name and the best starring role actor, the best film, the best producer director goes to Mark Ridley and Mark Ridley Productions? What would you say when you sashay touche and go up to that stage?
I want to thank everyone that believed in me. I want to thank my entire cast, the producers. I want to thank my family. I want to thank my wife for supporting me in everything. The arguments, the fights, the yes, the no's. I want to thank you, God, and the God that's in me, and the universe that is spoken, and allow those to see something still in me. Thank you.
Amen to that greatness. I love it. Mark, it has been a pleasure. We are wrapping down to the end of our show right now. Can you look in that camera and say something to the filmmakers of the future, something empowering inspiration of what it takes to be you?
Well, I think that the best thing I can say, be available, be movable, and learn as much as you can. Things are changing in film. Be available and just be open and love what you do. Love what you do and love yourself.
Yeah. And when you can love what you do, you succeed at it.
Yes.
Because we get caught up in that, pay the bills out, and our dreams get pushed back.
Right.
But when we can love what we do, we can succeed. But loving what you do, if nobody knows what it is that you want to do, just like when you pray, you're supposed to share what you've been praying about, what you're inspired about, what you dream with others, so that others can help manifest what it is, to help the reality in you to become a fruition. And that's what this is all about.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got my Oscar.
Mark, it's been amazing having you here on the show. I thank you so very much. Those of you out there, you're going to look up Mr. Mark, M-A-R-K, Ridley, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. And check out the Mini Fox Talk Show. If you can't reach him, you can reach me, and I will find him for you. We love you. Peace out. Y'all take care, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Is a guest for on stage. Vinny's hosting with a smile.